Hello everybody, it's the Worm, and I'm back with some more Steins. Last time was our introduction to this new story, and we're still in the prologue, I suppose. We're trying to find our footing. Everything is new, and I don't know. I, I still have no idea where this story is going to go, but nonetheless, I've started to take notes and started to try to form some ideas about what's going on. So to go over that a bit, let me pull them up right here. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote down some of the facts we know so far, some of the characters, and then I'm not going to read all that back to you. It's more just for my just something I can refer to. But I do have some thoughts and theories here. So, a few things so far. First of all, I want to put forth the idea that time traveling has sort of already occurred in some fashion. So, the evidence I see for that so far is our interaction with Makisa Krisu. And she seemed to believe that we had met before, or she had seen us before, when we had no recollection of that. And then there's some weird stuff going on. Like, we got a weird, creepy email that makes me think it's somehow related with time travel. I don't know. I'm just suspicious immediately of that. So I'm thinking that rather than us developing a machine or finding a machine that'll let us time travel, that we're kind of already in it, so to speak, if you can catch my meaning there. But we'll just have to see how that develops. My second thought is that I want to think we saw, supposedly, the corpse of Makisa Kurisu. I mean, it's not like we investigated it, but it seemed pretty clear-cut, face down on the ground in a pool of blood. However, I want to think that I went back to check, and I don't think that the scream we heard sounded like Makisa Kurisu. Rather, the only character I could think it could be at the moment is, what was his name? Nakabachi, the supposed scientist that was giving the presentation. We didn't see him back there, but he was kind of missing from the goings-on that happened afterward. So I want to say the scream might have been him, because it definitely didn't sound like her. Also, this is getting into some meta reasoning here. Nakabachi, that guy, he has a character sprite or character art, and so I'm automatically going to be thinking that, well, he must be more important somehow. This isn't the last we're going to see of him. At least that's my initial thought. So, again, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. And then my last thought here, and there's no direct evidence for this yet, but our main character here, Okabe Rintaro, has this Chunibyo character going on, and I want to put forth the idea that maybe, just maybe, the Chunibyo character is kind of it's already the joke in and of itself. It's a character archetype that I have seen before, and I'm sure many of you have probably seen before if you're into the sort of anime or anime adjacent things. So I get that, but maybe, just maybe, there are going to be things that are actually true regarding this character he's put on. So, he's talked about this organization. He's talked about, what was it, something Psi Congru, and he's mentioned Steins Gate. He's mentioned that he dropped the title last time. So I don't know how this is all going to work, but maybe some of it is actually real. You know, I've barely begun, so who knows where this story is going to go, but it's just a sort of thought that I had. So those are the three sort of speculative ideas that I had after the first episode. We have bravely fled the scene of a crime, and now we are here. So let's see what happens next. I finally stop once we get out of the main street. Chuodori. My chest pounds, my breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed.
ねえねえ、何があったの？顔色すごく悪いけど。
Mayuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet. Yeah, so initial impressions on Mayuri, Rintaro did comment, you know, kind of airheaded, and we've kind of seen that. But she's made kind of a couple comments that are a bit suspect. Like the thing about the magnitude earthquake, and now we have this idea here where she actually has pretty good stamina. I'm feeling that she may have some hidden depths, so to speak. Maybe she's, you know, smarter or wiser than she lets on, or something. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see.
人が死んでた。
I take several deep breaths. You know, in past games, you know, mostly on this channel, I've played a lot of murder mystery or murder game stories. And sometimes the murder scenes can really get me. You know, it's just... especially when they're described in great detail. But I don't think I was as affected on the discovery of this murder or death. Partially because I feel like, you know, I know this is time travel, and I've said before that I've seen some art and some of these characters before, and I just get the feeling that this girl, Makise Krisu, is going to be playing a large part in this story, or a significant part. And so it's almost like I have this idea that I'm probably going to be seeing her again, so I feel like that might have lessened the impact of that scene. But I mean, surely it has had a huge effect on our character here, which is no surprise. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I've calmed down a bit. Makise Krisu is dead, and I don't know who the killer is. So what do we think? Is this going to be a kind of murder mystery game? I mean, I wouldn't complain about that. That's mostly what I do here, so I would be okay with that. But I guess we'll have to see. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will get here, and all hell will break loose. But for now, the crowds milling through Akihabara have no idea what has happened. Everyone is going about their business as usual, the never-ending search for electronics, moe, and porn. Just another day in Akihabara. I take my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. Am I missing sound? Or is it just being quiet as normal? Maybe just... I mean, we heard the voices. It's just... There's no sound. I'm not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. My friend Daru. I'll tell him what happened just now, since he knows about Makisa Kurisu. I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim, but my adrenaline was pumping. I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. You know, I can actually sort of sympathize. I feel like I was actually in a somewhat similar, not something as extreme as this, of course, but I feel like I've had a moment where I shouldn't get too in detail, but I remember calling someone about something when I was in some distress, and it wasn't like they could do anything about it, but you know, it just something like that. We're not as special as we like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty, slime-like flesh. Okay. Our souls fester like semen left to rot in the womb. That's some imagery there. Okay, buddy. That's how we humans are. So, clearly, Mr. Rintaro here has some issues. I mean, the whole Chunibyo act already shows that, but I don't know. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I began to type on my phone. Someone stabbed Makisa Kurisu. Don't know who. Looked bagged, but bad. Hope she's okay. Stabbed. Was that described to us before? I don't think so. I think we just got the body in the pool of blood, but that's interesting. Okay. Oh, never mind. I don't know if she was stabbed, but that just seemed like the most logical explanation given the amount of blood and the absence of a gunshot. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. I can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone, and it might make me feel guilty as well. The thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close, and only a few minutes later I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? I mean, I don't know you well enough to say, but I mean, people can react to incredibly stressful situations all sorts of ways, so, you know, I don't think that's necessarily the case. Well, I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finished typing and placed my thumb over the send button. And then I pressed down. Sending. Whoa. 571024? What was that? What was that? Wait, look around.
消えた。
Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians have vanished into thin air. Okay, this is officially begin to panic time. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I saw them vanish with my own 2 eyes. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone on an empty street. Desperate to find someone, anyone, I look up. And there, at the top of Radikan, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall where we just were is a crashed satellite. Oh, okay. I guess I should have gone a bit further at the end of last episode, huh? Chapter 1, Time Travel Paranoia.
おい、
Well,
そこの貴様、俺たちが見えているか？
yes, I can. Okay, we are no longer in the street. I do... I had a thought a little while ago. I feel like I've been reminded... After I finished the first episode, I was thinking back to some of my other experiences with VNs, particularly with Umineko, Higurashi, and, Raging Loop is another one I played recently. That, the early parts of those games really hold a special place for me. It's to such an extent that I would say Onikakushi is the first chapter of Higurashi, and what is the first chapter of Umineko? Is it Banquet? No, that might be 2. I don't remember the name of the first chapter of Umineko, but both the first chapter of Umineko and Higurashi are actually 2 of my favorites. For their respective series, they're my favorite chapters, and part of it is just there's so much possibility and potential. It's incredible, it feels like anything's possible, and I just want to dig into it. And eventually you get the rest of the story, and it's great. But for that brief moment, it's it could be anything, and I'm starting to get that feeling a bit here, where I have no idea where this is going to go, and that's it makes me nervous, but also a bit excited. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. Yes, I can see you, Rintaro. Is this man over here Daru? And here's Mayuri. It still says the same date, so what happened? What's going on?
なぜ何も答えない？貴様に聞いているんだぞ。モニターのそっち側にいる貴様にだ。
I don't know what you want from me, Rintaro. I answered your question.
間抜け面をしようってつまらんやつだ。貴様からだと俺たちはテレビのモニターの中にいるように見えるだろうな。だがそれは大きな間違いだ。
Okay.
モニターの中にいるのは貴様なのだよ。貴様が現実だと思っているその世界は実は全て虚構。もちろん貴様自身もな。
Ah. Okay.
真の現実、それはこちら側にある。自分が何を指摘されているのかすら分かっていないか。無理もない。まあいい。貴様には分かりやすく俺たちのことについて説明してやろうではないか。まず俺たちがいるのはどこかということだ。ここは東京秋葉原にある未来ガジェット研究所だ。俺たちは普段ラボと呼んでいる。世界の支配構造を作り変えるという我が野望の拠点だな。
Okay, so I think I've been saying... What have I been saying? Akihabara? You said Akihabara. 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 Okay. In Tokyo. The lab. The system. Okay.
そうなんだ。悪いことしちゃダメなんだよ、オカリン。
マイリは少し黙っていろ。駅から出たら中央通りを進み、末広町駅の交差点を蔵前橋通りへ左折。次の信号の一歩手前の路地を入ると大檜山ビルという古臭い雑居ビルがある。その2階に我がラボは今日構えている。目印はビル1階にあるブラウン管工房というマニアックなテナントだな。
Brown tube, huh? Okay.
今時旧式のブラウン管テレビだけを扱っているショップだ。いかに電気街である秋葉原といえども需要があるとは思えない。寂れた店なのだ。
Yes, but what is inside the brown tube?
だがブラウン管工房店長である天王寺というおっさんはこのビルのオーナーでもある。ゆえに今や急ピッチで都市開発が進み、しかも高騰しているこの秋葉原であろうと道楽丸出しの店を構えていられるというわけだ。
We did see quite a few screens and various things of that nature in the opening there.
幸いにもあの店長は人を見る目はあるようでな。この俺のカリスマ性を見抜き、ビル2階を丸々ワンフロアただ同然で貸してくれたのだ。ふわっはっはっは。だが未来ガジェット研究所は深刻な人材不足のため優秀な研究員を随時募集中だ。今のところ所属研究員は
オカリンオカリン、そこはラボメンって言わなきゃ。所属研究員じゃなくて
Lab MEMS?
ラボメン、すなわちラボラトリーメンバーは
あ
俺を含めて3人である。ラボメンナンバー001、ラボ創設者にして狂気のマッドサイエンティストであるこの俺、法院京馬。
オカリンって呼び方の方が可愛いのに。
そしてコスプレが趣味の高一点、ラボメンナンバー002、椎名真由里。
Sheena. I'd forgotten the her first name. Let me get that down.
てってれー、マユシーです。着るんじゃなくて作るのが趣味だよ。
最後に スーパーハカーラボメンナンバー003橋田至だ。
Hashida Itaru.
スーパーハカーって呼ぶなよ。スーパーハッカーだろ上皇。
そんな我々3人で構成される未来ガジェット研究所の活動内容はそのものズバリ発明である。詳細は我がラボのホームページを見てくれ。もちろん闇の支配権力と戦うための未来ガジェットが最優先事項だが、その研究から派生する副産物的な発明も多い。というか今のところはそっちばかりだ。
Dark Dominion? I thought that was the organization. Okay.
すでに我々は8つの未来ガジェットを完成させた。だがこれはまだ序章でしかない。未来ガジェットのアイデアは俺の中に108まであるのだ。
某テニス漫画みたいにですね。わかります。
人の煩悩の数といえ、このアットチャンネルの目。それと俺が話しているのだから口出しをするなと言っているだろ。
そもそもオカリン、さっきからなんで独り言喋ってんの？
独り言ではない。見てわからないのか。俺は今モニターの向こうにいるこいつに話しかけているのだ。
あ、今その人にやりって笑った。
おのれ貴様、何を笑っているのか。モニターの中の存在のくせに。
こっちみんなって言ってやれば？
通じないんじゃないかな。
俺たちに話しかけられていることにすら気づいていないらしいな。自覚がないというのは実に不幸なことだ。
その人にしてみたらマユシーたちがゲームみたいに見えてるのかな。
そいつには現実なのかゲームなのかっていう発想さえないんじゃね？
じゃあダル君の大好きな二次元の女の子たちもそうなの？
それは別。あの子たちは僕の嫁だから。
ダルの嫁の話はどうでもいい。
でもさ、マユシの言ったことって興味深いテーマじゃん。もし仮に僕たちがゲームの中の住人だとしたら、それを見極める術はあると思う？
ないな。
即答かよ。
故にそのような議論は不毛。世界の支配構造を打ち砕く方法について考える方がよほど有意義だ。
中二病オツ。
There's some music. I step back from the monitor. Wow. Okay. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find only the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare.
黙れスーパーハカー。俺は中二病ではない。
I sweep my hair back with and flash a devilish grin.
ほーい。今日まだ。
そういう設定っしょ。
やれやれ。誰の人とのコミュニケーションの取れなさはどれだけ経っても治らないな。
I feel the music is just a bit too loud for the voices.
アニメのオフ会じゃ僕がいつも場を盛り上げてるっつうの。
This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well.
針指に刺さった。
Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Shina Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the future Gadget laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the future Gadget laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me,
マユシーはオカリンの人質だからここにいようと思います。
That's certainly a way to phrase it. Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. Oh.
で、オカリン、アルパカマンは反応したん？
いや、全然。
The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game.
この不愛想アルパカめが。
I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do, the TV makes a sound like it's shorted and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Braun Tube workshop downstairs. So wait, are we before the events that happened earlier, or are we after that? It's probably just old.
きっとね、アルパカさんが怒っちゃったんだよ。
Where's your hat?
後で修理できるか聞きに行かなければ。
I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I can't stand the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. Close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. Ah, after, okay.
消えた。
Yeah, this would be officially freak out time for me. As I left Radicon, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars, vanished. Drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until...
どうかした？
Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes.
今人が消えたよな。消えただろう。今目の前で。
Panic took hold as the enormity of what just happened had struck me. I mean, fair enough, I'd be freaking out too. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her.
マユリも見たか。見たよな。
Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking.
見てない。
見てない。
I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles.
見ていない。見ていないのか。だってついさっきまでここにはたくさんの人たちが歩いていたんだぞ。
歩いてたかな。
それに店員まで消えている。こんなことはいくらなんでもありえない。
それは仕方ないと思うよ。
Her reply didn't make any sense.
とにかくね、最初からこの辺には誰もいなかったよ。あ、そっか。オカリンは幻を見てたんだね。きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。トゥットゥルー。
How could she laugh at a time like this? I'd always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain was actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radican, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building where, not just 5 minutes before, I had found Makisa Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I'd heard an ambulance siren. Makisa Kurisu might have still been in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was...
そもそもあの人工衛星は一体なんだ?
Yeah, because we definitely saw that on the roof, not crashed into the side of the building. Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded, the roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? Maybe the satellite did really crash into there, and it killed everyone inside, including us, and now this is some sort of, I don't know, some strange post-death something or other, I don't know, the spirit realm. I don't know. I have no idea. The real question was, when did that happen?
マユリ、あの人工衛星だが。
What's freaking me out more, it's more than the people disappearing, is this little lady right here saying, what did she say? That there were no people here? That it was empty when we got here? That's freaking me out. Why are you saying that?
びっくりしたね。
びっくりしただと。 何がびっくりしたのだ。
ドカーンってすっごい音がしたもん。
A huge kaplow? It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it was more like zzz.
あの人工衛星は落ちてきたのか。
来たのかな。宇宙人さん乗ってるのかな。
Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all?
そこの君たち。
Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern.
ここで何をやっているんだ。ここらは今立ち入り禁止だ。すぐに出て行きなさい。
ごめんなさい。
それより制服警官さん、仮にあなたを警官 A と名付けるが、一つ聞きたいことがあるんです。
警官 A って
今ここで数千人の通行人が一瞬で消えたんです。あなたも見ましたよね。
見ていない。いいから早く出て行け。
I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell about Makisa Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could...
さっきから何をバカなことばかり言っているんだ。
A policeman took me by the upper arm and said, "No one got stabbed at Radikan." What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. Oh man. So many questions immediately. So, what's going on here? Did we... What happened here? Did we time travel? But it seems to be right around the same time as we were at. Did we hop into another reality somehow? Or... And if we did, does that mean this... Is this a different Mayuri from the one we knew? Did we... Oh my goodness. What are the mechanics of this? How is this going to work? Oh, okay. I need to stop. You could just endlessly speculate. I just need to keep going and get more information. We were escorted up to UPX and released. There were people at UPX, like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chuo Dori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I checked online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radikan. All the major news stations in Tokyo, even 2TV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chuo Dori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makisa Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery?
そうか。そういうことか。
From the sofa, I sprang to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turned to stare.
これもすべて機関の隠蔽工作ということだな。警察にすら圧力をかけられるということは、この国の中枢ももはや奴らの手の内にあるということ。なんということだ。だが俺の目はごまかせんぞ。いつか必ず奴らの所業を暴き、その支配構造に終止符を打ってやる。
Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential.
頭脳労働の後のドクターペッパーは相変わらず最高にうまいな。
The voice line just said it.
コーラの方がよくね？
オカリンは本当にドクターペッパーさんが大好きだよね。
この知的飲料の良さがわからないやつは人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。うわはははは。
Step through the curtain dividing its center and you'll enter the heart of the future Gadget laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off-limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him to follow me into the development room. All of the windows here were weather-stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We are currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased with my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be.
ダル、計画は順調に推移しているか？
計画って何ぞ？
Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It is significantly larger than the newer home models.
計画は計画だ。8号機の調整以外に何があるというのか？
ああ、そのこと。いきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った。
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる。
We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. Ah, they are university students. I was about to say, does anyone here have a job? We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃん。だから実質2年半じゃね？
細かいことはどうでもいい。それほどの付き合いの長さなのだから、いい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ。
それは無理。
Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool, cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff that no one would understand except us. Shot down again.
それで、8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか？
いや、まだ。
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization. Ah, there we go. I mean, it's good we're getting the, we're getting it all explained for us here. It's very important. That rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we managed to create some ingenious, future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It's a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. Gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Aura Aura? Gadget number 4, the mode snake. Gadget number 5, once again I've made a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6, the Kyalum saber. Gadget number 7, ghost in the ball. They can all be seen on the website Darume, so feast your eyes upon the product of mad scientist genius. Anyway, our current problem is the future gadget number 8, the phone waves. Name still subject to change. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology or names with hidden meanings that need an extra explanation to understand. Daru thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have the passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so, our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave, name subject to change, is in short a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave, then on your way back you call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. And voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. So, it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. How brave, or possibly ditzy, Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
マユシがやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし、バナナを冷凍してみようとしたらさらにへんてこなことになったし、さっぱりわかんねえ。
Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
Mayuri! Mayuri! ここにバナナを持て!
またゲルバナ作るの？
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。ゲルバナって略さないでくんない？
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick a whole bunch into the phone wave, name subject to change.
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？もったいないよ。
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いに勝利することなどできんぞ。
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。おかげでマユシーはちっともバナナが食べられません。
次からは一本ずつ使うことも検討しておこう。
But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. Okay. Before we get into this, we're kind of running up on my time here. So I think we'll call it here. I'm still getting used to how this game's going to flow, so you know, I kind of mistimed it last time with the prologue where I ended it a bit too quickly, so but I'm running up on time, and you know, I think this is good to end. But I will go through some of the tips we got. Let's see here. Man, we got a lot. Maybe I should just... Maybe it's not a good idea to do them all at the end. I should probably just do them as they come up, huh? I mean... Yeah, I mean, if you want to give your opinion on that, if I should leave it to the end or do them all as they appear, let me know. But, well, I probably won't see the comments until much later. So, yeah, due to the fact that we're getting the tips, we're getting so many of them, I think I'll just read them as I get them. I think that'll be better, actually. Okay. Ghost in the Ball, future gadget number 7, a gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each of which are connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. Its name is a reference to the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation. Which I believe they mean Ghost in the Shell, actually. Kyalum Saber, future gadget number 6, a red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword, made possible with not just future gadget laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge. It's a reference to Spark Wars, a series of epic sci-fi Hollywood movies. Of course it is. Yes. Understood. Future gadget number 5, short for, once again, I Made Something Worthless by Goemon. Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. Its name is reference to the popular anime Lou Pants the Third. I see we're going for lots of anime and movie references here today. Mode Snake, future gadget number 4. An instant super humidifier uses electroheating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which is sure to appeal to the military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa Solid Rising. Yeah. Could this be Aura, future gadget number 3, a lie detector based on the thumb perspiration? Though it might be more appropriate to call it the sweat detector, you have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga Juju's Bizarre Adventures. Got it. Understood. Future gadget number 2, a CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered. However, the image rotates at a high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. Its name is reference to the sci-fi manga 22 Emon. I don't know this one. 22 Emon. Bit particle gun, future gadget number 1. The very first future gadget is a toy ray gun with a TV remote control. TV remote jammed inside. The wielder can change channels by pointing at the TV and pulling the trigger. However, the most supported button is Channel Plus. No other buttons such as volume control are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the switch on the TV. Its name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime mobile jacket Gunbam. Haha. In terms of parody names, these are very simplistic, but nope, I get it. Understood. Serendipity, the ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else. The microwave oven was born through serendipity. Fair enough. Microwave oven, a cooking appliance which heats food so I bombard it with electromagnetic waves. Microwaves, originally called radarange. The microwave was invented when a radar technician accidentally discovered that electromagnetic waves could warm food. Afterward, research continued, and the consumer appliance version was launched in America in 1947. It emits electromagnetic waves at a frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. This is a special frequency known as ISM band, which is also used by wireless LAN devices. Consumer-grade output is around 500 to 1,000 watts, and commercial-grade output is around 1,500 to 2,000 watts. 2TV, fictional television network based in Tokyo. 2TV airs more anime than any other commercial television network, making it a favorite among otaku. When a major news story breaks in Tokyo, most stations interrupt regular programming to deliver a special news bulletin. And 2TV, however, is an exception which has given rise to the phrase if 2TV cuts to a special bulletin, the apocalypse is nigh. UPX, fictional major office building in Akihabara. Otaku, a term for people obsessed with interest in particular topic, hobbyists, most often refers to fans of anime, manga, and video games, but there are also train otaku, military otaku, electronics otaku, etc., etc. Offline meet when members of an internet community meet in real life. Alpaca, a mammal related to the camel. It weighs anywhere from 50 to 55 kilograms. Its average length is around 2 meters. They can be found in Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and recently even America and New Zealand. Unlike camels, alpacas do not have humps. Their bodies are covered in fluffy fur due to their strangely long necks and charming faces. They have some popularity as an ugly cute animal. Chunibyo. Literally 8th grade syndrome. Term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child, the person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chunibyo, which is often abbreviated to Chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies with superpowers, especially powers sealed within the character's eye or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the universe, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his personal backstory. Ocarine is a textbook example. Yes, he does indeed seem to be. Makes me wonder how they're going to play with that. Otaku, a female character... No, excuse me. 2D girl, a female character in an anime game or manga. Or manga. Don't look. On the internet is an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something, look toward the camera. Huh. I don't think I've heard that. @channel. Fictional. Japan's most popular anonymous message board covers a wide variety of topics, from cooking to anime to current events. Its catchphrase is everything from hacking to tonight's dinner. Super hacker. A tremendously skilled hacker, or at least someone who claims to be one. The threat, my friend's a hacker so he can easily find out who you are, often appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obviously non-existent hacker a hacker. Cosplay, short for costume play. To dress up in costume, most often as a fictional character. People who cosplay are often called cosplayers, which can be shortened to layers in Japanese. Really? Huh, okay. Many cosplayers also make their own costumes. This system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice to say that the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded into the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. Wow. Moe. Pronounced moe. A word used to describe character traits that are cute or endearing, includes flaws such as glasses, clumsiness, or ditziness. Also used to refer to the culture of entertainment centered around characters who possess such traits. Dori, a Japanese word used here as a suffix meaning street. Okay, that's done and over with. Alright, well, I think that'll be it for me. Obviously, I'll do a similar thing next time where I sort of give my thoughts on what's going on. Man, that street scene, and then especially Mayuri's appearance and response to it, that was pretty dang freaky. So we'll definitely have some stuff to talk about next time. I've been The Worm. This has been Steins Gate. Hope you're all doing well. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.